This episode is brought to you by Google Gemini. With the Gemini app, you can talk live and have a real-time conversation with an AI assistant. It's great for all kinds of things, like if you want to practice for an upcoming interview, ask for advice on things to do in a new city, or brainstorm creative ideas. And by the way, this script was actually read by Gemini. Download the Gemini app for iOS and Android today. Must be 18 plus to use Gemini Live.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Welcome to Her Extraordinary Life by Design, where we celebrate women who are shaping their lives one extraordinary day at a time. I'm your host, Leslie Gaudet, self-care coach for women who are ready to make self-care a priority to support them in life and business. Every week, I'll be speaking with inspiring women from various walks of life who will share their personal journeys and will discover how they have fearlessly carved their own paths as business owners, passionately pursuing their dreams and creating a meaningful impact on their communities. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Leslie's Corner Monthly Musings on Her Extraordinary Life by Design. As we close out 2024, I wanted to share some reflections, lessons I've learned, and my vision for an empowered and intentional 2025. Taking time to reflect on the year is such a valuable practice. It's not just about looking back, it's about anchoring in the moments that made you proud, celebrating your wins, and recognizing how far you've come. Reflection gives you the opportunity to see your journey with fresh eyes, to acknowledge the growth you've experienced, and to take the lessons you've learned into the new year and beyond. Whether those lessons came from challenges or triumphs or quiet moments of realization, each one has shaped who you are today. And as we prepare to step into 2025, reflection can be the foundation that helps you move forward with clarity, intention, and purpose. So with that in mind, I want to take you through my own reflections from this past year, my moments of growth, some of the lessons I've learned about myself, what I'm capable of, some of my challenges and how I moved through them, and also the vision that I'm setting for what's ahead. As I look back on 2024, I can honestly say it has been a year of incredible growth, both personally and professionally. This year, I found myself leaning deeper into my mission of helping women realign with their true selves, build emotional resilience, and create lives they genuinely feel connected to. With the help of my coach and through meaningful collaborations, I've gained more clarity about who I serve, how I serve them, and why this mission is so close to my heart. One of the professional highlights of my year was the progress I made with my Whole Soul Blueprint program. The journey of creating and refining this offering taught me the importance of embracing small wins. I've learned to celebrate the progress I've made in creating my beta program, trusting that by the grace of God, the right clients will come at the right time, and using that faith to continue moving forward, even when the full picture isn't yet complete. Mindset shift from focusing on the outcome to appreciating the process has been a powerful lesson that I carry into every aspect of my work every day. I've also had the privilege of meeting and interviewing some extraordinary women through this podcast. Their stories and insights remind me daily of the power of connection and how important it is to lift one another up. These conversations deepened my understanding of what it truly means to empower women around the world while staying aligned with my own values. On a personal level, this year has been transformative in unexpected ways. I've had to confront and reframe long-held beliefs about worthiness and success, beliefs that were deeply rooted in my childhood and past experiences. Growing up in social housing as the child of a single mother, I often felt like success had to be earned through relentless effort and that it could easily slip away at any moment. Those fears shaped how I approached everything in my life, from finances to relationships to my sense of self. But those beliefs weren't just born from my family circumstances. They were also influenced by my circle of friends. Many of my friends seemed to have what I didn't: financial stability, 2 parents in the home, and opportunities I could only dream of. When we went to the mall, Their parents often gave them money or a credit card to buy whatever they wanted. Meanwhile, I had to wait until my mom could spare a little money for me, and even that wasn't always possible. That's what first motivated me to start earning my own money. I began babysitting as a teenager, and I got my first job at 15, serving tables at a retirement home. Even though I took pride in working hard and earning for myself, I couldn't shake the feeling of being less than my friends. It wasn't anything they did intentionally. At least I don't believe they meant any harm. We were kids after all. But my own deep-rooted insecurities made it hard for me to feel like I truly belonged. One experience stands out clearly. A friend at school invited another one of our mutual friends to her birthday party right in front of me without inviting me. Her family was wealthy, and I couldn't help but believe that where I lived and the fact that I was the poor girl were the reasons I wasn't included. That moment stung deeply, and for years it became a piece of my internal story about not being good enough. Looking back, I see how those experiences shaped my identity and eroded my self-esteem. They made me believe that worthiness was tied to material success, to appearances, and to fitting into spaces where I never quite felt I belonged. It's a belief I carried into adulthood, often feeling like I had to work twice as hard as everyone else just to prove my value, even when I was already successful. This year, I've worked hard to let go of those limiting beliefs. I've learned to respect myself and my journey, to see money not as a struggle, but as a resource that supports me, and to honor the strength that carried me through challenging times. It hasn't been an easy process, but it's been so worth it. These lessons have not only shifted my personal outlook, but have also allowed me to show up more authentically and confidently in my coaching and mentorship. Perhaps one of the most profound realizations I've had this year is the importance of self-alignment and emotional resilience. These aren't just concepts I teach, they're practices I live by. When I am aligned with my true self, honoring my values, embracing my unique strengths, and staying centered, it becomes so much easier to make decisions that feel right and to navigate challenges without losing my footing. As you're listening in today, I want to encourage you to take a moment to look back on your year. What were your wins, big or small? What lessons did you learn, and how can they shape your path moving forward? Because no matter where you are right now, every experience you've had has the potential to guide you toward the life you're meant to live. As I reflect on 2024, these three powerful lessons stand out, shaping not only my personal journey, but also how I approach guiding others. These lessons highlight the dynamic interplay between self-alignment and emotional resilience, two key elements that can transform how we navigate life and achieve our goals. Let's start with lesson 1, the compass of alignment, staying anchored amid chaos. What I've learned is that self-alignment is your inner compass, pointing you toward your true north, your values, your purpose, and your priorities. But alignment isn't something you find once and hold on to forever. It requires regular recalibration because, as we all know, life can throw distractions our way. Unexpected challenges can pop up out of nowhere, or at least it feels like it sometimes, and the endless demands of our personal and professional lives seem, well, endless. Without alignment, in my personal experience, it's easy to veer off course and feel disconnected from what truly matters, your purpose and your why for doing it, for starters. Think about it this way. Think back on a time when you felt overwhelmed by your to-do list or external expectations, whether that's personal or professional, or even both. Did you pause to ask yourself, does this align with what I value most? Or did you move on business as usual, only to find out that it felt out of alignment, that you felt out of alignment, and you needed to course correct? You see, when you act in ways that honor your values, you value your time more. You learn to conserve and use your energy around things that fuel you and keep you showing up as the best version of you. And it builds on and fuels your sense of purpose. But when you stray away from your values, it could leave you feeling drained or disheartened or not quite like yourself without even knowing why. For me, alignment has meant not just understanding my values, but actively living by them. Whether that's making time for rest, maintaining boundaries around my time and energy, how I interact with the world around me, or focusing on work that truly lights me up, I have found that true alignment doesn't just make you productive, it makes your productivity meaningful. Because what it does is it ensures that the steps you're taking are leading you in the right direction rather than leaving you running in circles. Next is lesson 2, resilience as the map and adapting to life's twists and turns. While alignment provides clarity, resilience equips you with the emotional fortitude to navigate life's challenges without losing that clarity and focus. Resilience isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending that everything is okay. It's about developing the tools to handle setbacks, to process your emotions, and keep moving forward with grace. I want to give you permission today that it is okay to feel. Often we feel like we have to suppress how we are feeling or sweep it under the rug or act like it doesn't matter and move on. But all that does is it allows that emotion to stay with us and build up until one day we explode in a way which feels totally out of alignment, not realizing that if we had just allowed ourselves to process what we were going through in the moment, that we would be better for it, that we'd feel better for it. I've learned that resilience thrives on intentional practices. For example, building emotional resilience might include practicing gratitude daily, even during difficult times. I truly believe that you can find gratitude even in the darkest of moments. Building emotional resilience might be you making sure to intentionally set and maintain healthy boundaries to protect your time and energy so that you're not always going, but you're actually allowing yourself to have time to recharge, to rest. And building emotional resilience can also be you embracing vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness. I've found that my deepest, most transformational moments have come from me being open and vulnerable, mostly in group settings that not only have benefited me, but have benefited those who've been in the room, who felt uncertain about sharing and who told me afterwards that my share helped them because they were either thinking and or feeling the same way as I was, or it gave them the strength to share so that they could get the support that they were looking for. For me, being open and vulnerable and going first is what I believe has helped others have the courage to share for the first time and not feel all alone on an island, not getting the support that they needed. This year, I've seen the profound impact of viewing resilience as a skill that grows with practice. It's about knowing that it's okay to stumble, to ask for help, especially asking for help, and to take time to heal. Resilience also gives you the capacity to hold space for others, making you a more compassionate and understanding leader, partner, or friend. And then finally, lesson 3, together, alignment and resilience create harmony by aligning your heart and your strength. You see, what I've found is that magic happens when self-alignment and emotional resilience work together. When you're aligned, you know what you're working towards. And when you're resilient, you have the strength to overcome obstacles on the way there. Together, they create a harmony that allows you to thrive, not just survive. This past year, I've had moments where I questioned my direction, feeling overwhelmed or unsure of the next steps. What brought me back wasn't sheer determination, but the practice of reflection, realigning with my goals and reinforcing my emotional strength to face the uncertainty and having a strong support system, a strong circle of friends to lean on when I need guidance or support. These practices, along with a strong sense of community, have grounded me, giving me the clarity and confidence to take imperfect action and to keep going. Now, for anyone who's navigating life's ups and downs, I would recommend this combination. First, have regular self-check-ins with yourself. Ask yourself questions like, am I living in alignment with my values? Or is this decision taking me closer to the life I want to create? These questions are going to be helpful as you're trying to decide on whether to say yes or no to an opportunity. Second, reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as chances to learn and grow stronger. Because I always believe there's a lesson in everything that we go through in life. Even if the lesson is hard, there's always going to be something out of that that can actually fuel you to move forward and to actually create something bigger and better than you could have imagined. And third, prioritize joy and self-care. Make space for the things that light you up and replenish your spirit, even if they seem small. Joy isn't a luxury, it's fuel for your journey. As we prepare to step into 2025, I want to encourage you to reflect on your journey this past year so that you can set yourself up for moving forward into the next year and beyond. When you look back, think about this. Where did you feel most aligned with your values and your purpose? How did you build resilience when life got challenging? And how can you combine what you've learned about self-alignment, your compass, and emotional resilience, your map, to create a more intentional, fulfilling year ahead? Remember, alignment isn't about having everything figured out, and resilience isn't about never feeling vulnerable. It's the knowing that together they create a sense of balance or harmony, if you will, to help you move forward with purpose, joy, and clarity. As I look ahead to 2025, my vision is centered on thriving, not just surviving. This means living with intention, focusing on what truly matters, and creating both personal and professional growth in ways that feel aligned and fulfilling. In 2025, I'm committed to expanding the reach of my work by filling my Whole Soul Blueprint program and continuing to build a vibrant community of empowered women. I want to provide a space where women can reconnect with themselves, realign with their values, and embrace emotional resilience as a core strength. I'm also excited about exploring new offerings that will help women thrive in both their life and business. On a personal level, I want to deepen my own experience by pursuing additional certifications and embracing continuous learning. This journey isn't just about professional development. It's about becoming the best version of myself so I can serve others more fully. Additionally, I'm making it a priority to create more intentional time with my loved ones, whether it's sharing laughter over a family dinner or taking time for personal reflection. These moments ground me and bring balance to my life. Ultimately, my vision for 2025 is about creating a ripple effect. I want to show women that thriving isn't about doing more. It's about doing what brings you joy, fulfillment, contentment with your life, and building bonds with your friends and family so that you look back on life with joy and gratitude. My hope is to leave a legacy of inspiration and empowerment, helping women recognize their unique strengths, overcome their challenges, and design extraordinary lives with intention and clarity. As we reflected on this past year together and started envisioning what's possible for 2025, I hope you feel inspired to step into this next chapter of your life with intention, clarity, and confidence. Here's something for you to keep in mind. You don't have to navigate this journey alone. Sometimes having someone to walk alongside you to help you see where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there can make all the difference in the world. That's why I offer complimentary wellness strategy sessions. This is a supportive and personalized space where we can explore how you're managing your time, energy, and your well-being. Together, will uncover ways to help you thrive, both personally and professionally, now and in the year ahead. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to visit the link in the show notes to schedule your session, and together we can start the new year strong and aligned, ready to create the life you truly desire. And finally, reflection is a powerful tool for growth. And I'd love for you to take a moment to reflect on your experiences of 2024 and what you envision for 2025. So what were your wins this year, no matter how small? What challenges taught you the most about yourself or your journey? What do you want to create or achieve in 2025? And why does it matter to you? Write down your reflections and aspirations. I've found that when you put thought to paper, it helps to bring clarity and direction. Gather images and words that represent your goals and dreams for 2025 and create a vision board. Place it somewhere visible as a daily reminder of what you're working towards, and make sure to look at it often and visualize it. As we close out this year together, I want to thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Your support as a listener of my podcast means so much to me. And as you reflect on 2024 and you dream about your 2025 and beyond, I want to leave you with this thought. You are capable of more than you know. Give yourself the gift of dreaming boldly and taking intentional steps towards the life you want to create. Take this opportunity to celebrate how far you've come, honor where you are, and embrace where you're going. Thank you again so much for spending time with me today. Here's to making 2025 your most empowered and fulfilling year yet. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep designing your extraordinary life one day at a time. Thank you for joining me on Her Extraordinary Life by Design. I hope you've been inspired and empowered by the incredible stories shared on this show. If you enjoyed this episode and the conversations we've had, I would greatly appreciate if you could take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback and support mean the world to me, and it will help others discover the podcast and join our empowering community. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Together, we can continue to learn from these amazing women, uncover their extraordinary journeys, and be motivated to create our own lives by design. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, stay empowered and keep shaping your extraordinary life one day at a time.
For those of you who dream of a world where music and podcasts live together in perfect harmony, now, for the first time, Electricast gives you a magical compilation, Pod Till You Drop, Volume 1, where we give you the best in tunes and the best in podcasts. Feast your ears and hear the culture. Available now wherever you listen to music. Electricast.
Hey, heard you like podcasts. Well, check out Dollar Bets. Two sports guys with faces for radio, betting live money against each other on air. That's Dollar Bets with a Z. Find us on the Winner's Edge.
Electricast.